Congratulations, you made it back to the Blazor Puzzle, episode number 38?
Yeah.
38.
Yeah.
Wow. How are you, my friend?
It has been, my gosh, the end of May, beginning of June. It's right as we're exiting conference season. It's the end of the school year. There's so much going on. I'm ready to go on break.
A well-deserved break.
Yeah.
Well, in lieu of that, let's get into last week's puzzle.
There we go.
Okay, so this is a global WebAssembly Blazor web app, .NET 8, of course.
Okay.
Our code calls a minimal API endpoint on the server, but it's throwing an exception. So here's the minimal API endpoint, right? Hello from the server, which responds to the data route, right?
Yep.
That's what map-get does.
Sure.
Right? It maps this route to a get, and that's going to return hello from the server. Now, it doesn't work, and if you want to see it not working, watch last week's show. Here is the problem right there. Yes, that's an HTTP client, but it has no base address.
No.
So what you have to do is configure that with the base address of the server. Now, there's obviously a few ways to do it, but if you remember using .NET 7 in creating a WebAssembly hosted application, you'd get one of these. All right, so Builder Services add scoped. Yes, we are creating a new HTTP client, but we're setting the base address to a new URI. And look at this, on the client, builder.HostEnvironment.BaseAddress has the address of the server.
That looks like a really good flexible way to do that, so that it'll support when I deploy to multiple environments too.
Exactly. So now there's a couple honorable mentions. Bill Scharf, who was one before, suggested we hard code the URL to the base address. And Bill, that works, but somebody else got this particular solution, which we think is better. Why do we think it's better, Jeff?
So not just you can deploy to multiple environments, but when you start to layer in things like .NET Aspire, when you're working with other developers, that could be a different location, and you don't want to maintain and hard code and have extra configurations laying around when you could just do this, and it abstracts away and it discovers that base address at runtime.
We also should mention Mike Sormunen. Sorry, Mike, if I butchered your name, but he suggested that we put the base address in configuration, pull it out with config.
That's another, not bad.
Yeah. Not bad.
You got to maintain an extra file then.
Exactly. You know, because in this case, right, this is a WebAssembly. This comes from this. Yep. Yeah, that's why this guy knows that, what the address of the server is. No matter where the server is running, that's going to be the base address, if it's in production or just on your desktop. So
if you decide to package this up and host it on a different server.
Yep, that's right. So we got those particular ones that came close. We got a whole bunch of others, but the person who got it and the winner for this week is, drumroll please.
Yeah.
Jeremy Katz from Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton?
Oh. Trenton.
So good. My neck of the woods.
That's your neck of the woods. Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations to Jeremy, and just for being picked, he's going to win one of these. Either he's going to win one of the following: an all-expense paid trip to Hawaii for 2 weeks for 2 people.
I've always wanted to learn about Maui. Go ahead.
Right. $5,000 cash.
I've always wanted to learn about money. Okay, go ahead.
Or a Blazor Puzzle mug. One of the following he will definitely win.
Okay.
Blazor Puzzle mug. And also, if he wins the Blazor Puzzle mug, he's also going to win one of these.
Ooh.
A Blazor Puzzle t-shirt.
Nice.
All right. That was fun. Let's jump into next week's puzzle.
Here we go.
All right, Jeff. So this is one of yours.
Yes.
Explain what we're seeing here.
So I'm in the middle of writing a new demo to show off all kinds of cool capabilities of using Blazor with .NET Aspire. Now, before I go and put this into a .NET Aspire enabled architecture, I thought it'd be really cool to tinker with this demo application a little bit. Now, we've all seen the weather demo in the default templates, right? And
yes.
It gives us those random, and you know what? That's boring.
And getting annoying. And now
anybody can generate random numbers.
Yeah.
What if we actually hit the weather service and got real weather data?
I like it.
All right. So the National Weather Service in the United States has a public endpoint that anybody can use, and it has an open API definition that you can connect to. So I wrote a little class here called NWS Manager. You can look at the content of it yourself. It's not part of the puzzle.
All right.
But it will use that to go get a list of all of what the National Weather Service calls zones.
Okay.
And a zone is where a collection of weather stations are that are putting together forecasts around not just the weather, the temperature in the air, but other natural occurrences that are going on around them, forest fires and whatnot.
Wow, cool.
So I put together this page that shows you here's a list of the zones using a quick grid. And you see some of the styling I put in for the quick grid there. And it also, when you choose a station in the quick grid, it will present and show you here's the next 7 days forecast from the National Weather Service.
Is that what this is? Select zone?
Yeah. Select zone is when you choose a row, it'll actually go and fetch the weather for that zone.
That looks great.
So let's take a look at this, and I want to show you where I need a little bit of help finishing the feature.
Okay. So run it.
Yep. Here it is. I've got a nice little block of text on the right that shows, talks a little bit about some of the things you can do, get a link out to the National Weather Service, but that's our standard Blazor quick grid on the left side with a paginator on it. And it's got the filters next to the columns up at the top, as well as the column headers. You can click and sort, right? These are standard quick grid features. Kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do a search, let's do a search for Manhattan. So if you click on the name, the hamburger button next to the name, you can key in there Manhattan, and it'll start to filter down. There you go. And if you click on New York, Manhattan, there's the weather for the next 7 days in, actually it's a few days because they've got nights in there, but there you go. It's a nice description, and that's live coming from the United States National Weather Service.
I love it.
Great. I'd like to be able to share this link that goes directly to the Manhattan weather using this sample. I want to generate a link on that. You've had to click through and search and find and click that specific item in the quick grid. I'd like to be able to, using this same page, add a little share button so that I can share the grid already filtered and selected
with all the data.
And be able to show the current data. So that I can come back to this at some other point and click a bookmark in my browser or a link that I save somewhere, and it'll automatically open Manhattan.
I like this, Jeff. I really, really like this.
You like it? Okay. It's a lot better than the cheesy random number weather demo.
Oh, well, definitely. But it's a great challenge too.
We need your help. Can you help us write the little bit of a search feature to bring us right back to, whatever the selected current city is? I want to make sure that I put that scope around it. Whatever city is selected, let me, next to that weather for Manhattan, let me put a share button there that is the link to come back to exactly this page. Okay?
Got it. You now have an obsession.
Yes.
Go obsess away.
Absolutely.
If you think you know the answer, don't post it on social media, but instead send it to Jeff and me by email at blazorpuzzle@appvnext.com with the subject puzzle number 38.
All right.
And cross your fingers and toes, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, friends.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out blazortrain.com and the .NETshow.com for more great content.